So welcome to another segment of my mathematics videos as we continue under sequences and series, specifically under geometric progression GPs. So I want to show you how to find the geometric mean. So now let's take for example that if A, B, and C are consecutive. Remember what I said when I say consecutive, terms, I mean the terms are following each other, are consecutive terms in a geometric progression. Then this B is the geometric mean. That is what basically we mean. So it's the geometric mean of A and C. Now, what do I mean? What do I say? Well, look at this one. You have A, B, C. If this is in a geometric, sequence, a GP, and they are following each other, how do you get your common ratio? Well, for you to get the common ratio, you can simply say B over A. It should also be the same. The ratio will also be the same even if you say C over B. So the answer you get will always be the same. So let's do this one. We compare the two ratios. B over A should be equal to C over B, sorry. So that is over B, like you can see. Then we can try to cross multiply. So it will be B squared will be equal to A multiplied by C, which is just AC. How do I find B? I'll need to introduce the square root. What I do this side, I'll do it the other side. Remember, the square root can either be positive or negative. So this and that will cancel. So B will be equal to, the square root of AC, or the square root of A times C. So meaning, if the terms are following each other, and for you to get the geometric mean, in simple terms, for you to get the geometric mean, you just need to multiply the two numbers that they have given you and find the square root of those. That's the way we get the geometric mean. For example, if I was to quickly tell you to say, find the geometric, find the geometric mean, of maybe let's say 2 and 32. How do you find the geometric mean? Well, that's very simple. So my geometric mean will be equal to, it is the square root of, you multiply these two numbers, 2 times 32, and find the square root. So 2 times 32, that will give you a 64. So what is the square root of 64? It is 8. So therefore, the geometric mean of 2 and 32 is simply 8. So that is what we mean when it comes to finding the geometric mean. So you don't need to worry, or you don't need to actually get confused. The geometric mean is very simple. Well, let's do some practice questions. Let me show you some more practice questions. Let's try to do some more practice questions, and you should be able to appreciate what we are talking about. Question number 1. So all these questions are coming from ECZ, Examination Council of Zambia questions. And let's see how you can go about them. It says, given that the geometric progression, so they have given us the sequence 4, 8, 16, and it goes on. Then it says, A, the geometric mean of, so now they're telling you that you find the geometric mean of 256 and 1024. Remember what we say, to find the geometric mean, what do you do? So the geometric mean, you just need to find the square root. So you multiply 256 multiply by 1024. What you get, you find the square root. Remember, this comes in your paper 2, and therefore you can use a calculator. 256 multiplied by 1024, that is giving me that is giving me 262,114. Then what do? You just need to find the square root, right? So what is the square root of what I'm having there? So it is giving me a 512. So that is the geometric mean, for the numbers that they have given you. So it's not something that is actually, complicated. So you need to remember that the values are actually, very simple. So basically, that is what you can do if it comes to that. All right. Another thing that we need to do, another thing that we do, and for example, before I move on, if you look at the sequence that we have, how did they come up with this 8 there? You can also use the geometric mean of 4 and 16 is actually 8. So if you wanted, if you were to say, imagine when we said A, B, and C, imagine that our A there from the term there is a 4. Imagine that we don't know what our B is, but our C is what? 16. It is possible you can know what your B is. That's the geometric mean. So it is simply just the square root of A. So you multiply A times C, then you find the square root. So this would have been, what is our A? It's a 4. And what is our C? It is a 16. So whatever we get, we square root that. So like I said, that is 64 when you multiply and that. So look at that. What is the square root of 64? 8. So you can see how the 8 was actually found there. So it is possible. So that's what we call the geometric mean of two numbers. And let's move on and look at the B part. The B part there says we find the 11th term. So how do we get, in this case, the 11th term? Remember, you need to, the first term in this sequence that I've given you, our focus.